So I've just had a facial. As you can see, I am barefaced, which is not like me to be at work without makeup on. So it's a perfect opportunity to showcase our new Skin Serious makeup range now in salon. I'm going to talk you through a little routine for a natural look. The first thing I'm going to start with is the primer. So has a really nice scent, and you're going to apply approximately like 2 pumps to the face, massage it into the tips and massage it into the full face. So Skin Serious makeup is safe enough to put straight on after facials. The reason for that is that it's mineral based. So when it's mineral based, it's not going to clog the pores after facials. It's not chemicals. So like a lot of high street makeup brands is chemical. And if you've had a chemical resurface or a peel, you're putting chemical on top of chemical, which obviously we do not recommend. So I pop the primer on and I'm going to leave that for a couple of minutes. Then I come back and I'm going to start the base layer. So we have 2 different types of base layers. We have the powder or we have liquid. They can be used together. I'm going to choose the powder today because I want a kind of medium coverage after I've had my facial. What the basis of the foundation is it comes with a little puff if you want to use it. I'm going to use a brush instead because we have also got a whole brush set to match the makeup range. It comes with little holes. What you want to do is just pierce a few. If you pierce all of them, there'll be too much in the lid when you want to start applying. So just pierce a few and you want to tap a little bit into the lid. And the way this works is buildable. So start with a little bit and then work up. So you can see there's just a little bit of fine mineral powder in there, and then you have different choices of brush. I'm going to choose more of like a stubby brush because I like it a fuller coverage. I'm going to start applying on one side of the face and then I'm going to come back and show you the difference. As you can see, if you look closely, there's a line of foundation where I've stopped and done one half of my face. You can see it's very, very natural. It's not heavy on the skin, and no one would necessarily know that you're wearing a full face of makeup, but it's smoothing my skin, making my skin complexion look a lot more even compared to the red side on here to the more smooth side on here. I'm going to finish the rest of the face of the base layer and then I'm going to come back and show you. So I finished my base layer. Now I'm going to go in and just cover any blemishes. So I'm just using a finer, smaller brush. I've got a little bit of powder in here and I'm just going to tap over the areas that get a little bit more redness or a little bit of breakouts. This is not designed to be a full coverage. It's just designed to help even skin tone and texture. And you'll see when I move out of the camera that how much more even my skin tone texture is after I've just done a little bit of extra concealing. So you can see my skin tone is a lot more even. And the best thing about this foundation is you can pop little bits in the pot and then you can build up the coverage. So you're swirling it in here, you're tapping it off, and then you're buffing it into the skin. So if you want to build up that coverage, you just keep adding little bits at a time. Less is more, and then build it up. And the more you buff it into the skin, the more flawless finish you're gonna have. So once I'm happy with my base layer, I'm then gonna apply my bronzer and blusher. So I will come back and show you that. Then we have our bronzer. It comes in a little compact. It's got a little mirror, which is really helpful. You apply it the same way. You're going to swirl your brush into the compact. You're then going to tap off the excess. So you have to tap quite vigorously because it is a more pigmented bronzer. You're going to suck in your cheeks and you're going to start very light pressure from the top of the cheekbone, okay? And then once you're kind of happy with it not being too much pigment on the skin, that's when you can start buffing it out on the cheekbone. Okay, you can see I've got a lot more definition on this cheek now than on this one. And then I'm going to do the same. I'm going to tap, get a little bit more on my brush, tap off the excess, suck the cheeks in and start on the top of the cheekbone. And then circular motions to blend that out. And what I like to do is I like just to take the excess round the forehead, down the nose slightly, just to give my face overall bronzed colour, because naturally my face is very pale and I wear fake tan up until the neck, but I don't tan my face, so I do need to blend that colour in. And you can see now my face has a lot more definition from the bronzer and I've got a lot more colour. I'm now going to add the blusher. So there's a few different brush colours. I've chose one that's maybe not too pink because I like the more bronzy pink look. And you're going to apply the same, but we're going to focus on the apples of our cheeks. So you just lightly brush in, so you've got a little bit of powder there, can you see? Tap off that excess, and then I'm going to almost like kind of tap it in the cheeks and then work up. If that's the sort of look that you like. I like those pinker cheeks. So I'm going to just tap it on the apple, and you can see I'm like making a little bit of a smile, and then just blend it out once you're happy with how much you've got on there. And you can see it just adds a little bit of rosy cheeks. And I'm going to do my brows and eyes next. So we have two different brow products. We've got a brow gel that you'd apply like a mascara, and then we've also got it is like a brow gel, but the difference is it mimics brush strokes. So I'm gonna do the eyebrows with this because I like the kind of look. It's gonna be a little bit difficult in the camera, but I'm gonna show you how it kind of goes on, and then I'm gonna finish the brows off camera. So you're gonna press it onto the skin, and we're gonna stroke up. So this is great for someone who has gaps in their eyebrow because it fills it in as if it's like a natural hair. I'm gonna fill my brows in at the front and just make them a little bit more feathered here. And as you can see, I'm sparser here. I want that to look fuller, but I still want it to look natural. So I'm going to finish the brow off camera, and you can see even already how much more defined that brow looks from just a few strokes. I'm going to come back when I've done both brows. So that's my brows done. What I would say is, because the liquid is designed to sit in the tip of the pen, as you are doing your brows, you're doing your little feather techniques, there is no new liquid going to that tip. So if it starts to feel like it's drying out a little bit as you're doing your brows, just pop the lid, just wiggle it down to the tip again, and then start again. Or you can just do a little mark on the back of your hand, and then it'll start coming out again. And that's because of the angle that you're holding it for the brow is not getting the liquid to the tip. So I've done both brows. It took me a minute, and you can see that they still look natural, but they definitely look fuller. We're now going to do the eyeshadow and the mascara. So I like the smoky type look on the eyes. So we have a base brownie colour, and then I'm going to use this in the corner like a shimmery. I'm going to use a kind of a fluffy brush to work into my eyelid, and then I'm going to use a more compact brush for the corner. So I'm just going to take a little bit onto, so tapping it in, tapping the excess, and you can see there's a little bit of product on there. I'm going to go into the crease, and I'm going to work it in the crease, just back and forth. Don't worry if you get too much product on here, because you can just blend it out. And the more I want, the more I'm going to just keep tapping and building, because it's easier to build up than it is to get rid. So best thing to do, build it up and blend. So I'm going to keep working that into the kind of crease of the eye, and you can just see we've got a little bit more of smokiness on this eye than this one. I'm going to do the other eye, and then I'm going to come back. So I've just popped some on the other eye, and then I'm going to look at them as a pair and just build it up where I need to. Sorry for all the awful faces at the camera. So you can see I've got a little bit of smokiness on both eyes. And then I'm going to get the shimmery one, and I'm going to get a little bit more compact brush. I'm going to tap so I can see product on here, and I'm just going to work it into the corner. The more you put on, the more pigmented it's going to be. The one thing I would say though is build it up rather than add excess, because you will get fallout where it falls off the brush a little bit, and then you're going to get it on the face. So it's better to just build it up. And you can see from the other eye, I've got a nice little bit of shimmer in the corner of the eye. It just opens the eye area up a little bit. And I'm going to do the other one, and I'm doing this in real time to show you how quickly this actually is to do, to get like a semi-smoky eye look. We do have a brown eyeliner as well. We've chosen brown because it's a lot more softer on the eye, I'm not going to apply that today because I don't fancy the challenge of applying eyeliner on camera, but it definitely would complement the colours that I've chosen today. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to pop a little bit of mineral veil on. That's going to set the makeup, and then I'm going to pop the mascara on to finish. So now I'm taking mineral veil and I'm just going to set over the areas where I get a little bit oily. You can use it as a full setting, but I'm just going to put it on as where I kind of get the oily, and it also just kind of gives me a more flawless finish. So you're just going to take the excess and you're just going to brush it over. I'm going to use it on the T-zone. It just gives the skin a more flawless finish. So like these areas where I'm kind of getting those breakouts, I'm just gonna, I'm not really swirling this in, I'm basically kind of just sweeping it on. And you can see I'm just tapping it out a little bit. And I go back over this T-zone, back over the nose, down here. On the chin, you can do the full face with it, but I'm just going to do it on the areas that I get a little bit oily. So then we have mascara. We have two different types of mascara. I'm going to choose the volume. So you can see the brush is nice and big to get the lift on the lashes. I'm going to put the mascara on and then I'm going to come back with the finished mascara look. So that's the mascara applied, and then I'm going to finish off with our SPF lip. I would say it's a bit like a hybrid between a gloss and a balm. Throw a little bit of colour in. We are getting a few more colours, but this is kind of, it looks quite pink, but it is more natural on the lip. And that is the completed Natural Skin Series makeup.